going to try something a little bit different today, guys. Rather than me recording just a set video on a set topic, I'm going to pick up the camera throughout the day and just film what's occurring, a bit of a day in the life. I can't guarantee that anything cool or interesting is going to happen, but we'll see. It will, however, mean that you will only see one video the day that this goes up, because obviously it's a full thing, rather than me like recording a specific topic about a specific question that I specifically got, you know? Like, I'm just going to pick up the camera as and when I've got something to speak about, do a thing, or, you know, get a comment or whatever. Right now, my desktop rotates between random pictures of animals every day, and that brings me some sort of inner peace. I don't know why. So check this out. Something that I've been getting up to is remodeling my room just a smidge in terms of the way that things work. So today I'm going to be messing around with a HDMI splitter to see if I can get... Basically, what I want is I want all of my consoles to be able to output either to that TV or that TV behind me. I've already got that to work. Right now, that works. But what I want is to add back the Elgato HD60 into the chain so I can still screen record when I choose to, no matter where I'm sat. And that is going to be a right faff. Because basically the way that it works right now, and bear with me here because I've got to talk this through out loud and it's going to be very rambly, otherwise I'm not going to get it right, is each one of the consoles goes into a HDMI splitter, and then from the HDMI splitter, no, I've already got this wrong. Each one of the consoles goes into a HDMI switch, and then the output of the HDMI switch goes into the input of the Elgato, and the output of the Elgato runs its way back to the TV. That's the way it's always worked. But then I switched out a lower quality HDMI splitter instead of the Elgato so that I could output to the two different TVs. So the output of the HDMI switch goes into the input of the HDMI splitter to go out to the two TVs. But what I want to have happen is for all three things to be involved. So I need to work out at what point in that chain the Elgato has to sit. Theoretically, I think it needs to sit in the middle. I think that what has to happen is the four consoles, well, the four main consoles, have to output into the HDMI switch. The HDMI switch then has to pass through the Elgato, and then the Elgato through the HDMI splitter to the two TVs. I think that's how that needs to work, which means that I need to figure out how many more HDMI cables I'm going to have to find to make that work. I've already got so many HDMI cables in this chain, but I'm hoping that's going to work. So I've been seeing this all over TikTok, guys. The camera that I use is called the Osmo Pocket 3, and I'm using it right now to record this. I've just bought this third-party accessory. It's a little miniature tripod that you can just plug into the bottom. It doesn't make it any bigger, really. And you just plonk it down, pick it up, plonk it down, pick it up, and it looks ideal for my circumstances. Because, like, I'm balancing you right now, so this isn't ideal. But, like, I could just plonk you there, and I could take you around in my day-to-day. If I'm, say, I'm in CX, just plonk you down on the shelf, point you at me, get some extra shots. Maybe I take you to the gym. I'm trying to increase my scope of being able to do stuff. Yeah. Hey guys, here's my minor problem of the time of the day. Hang on, let me mute it. At the minute, TikTok thinks it's cute and thinks it's funny to make your captions automatically have this Halloween font, but it's a crap font and it's not very good for engagement. So I have to constantly go in there and manually edit it back to the regular one. And I know it doesn't take a lot of time, but it's like 6 button presses versus the usual like 1 that captioning these videos is, and it's so annoying. Like, it's November now. Can we stop? The people have never seen me in this room before. Oi, we need to go. It's the dog.
I know.
You said I'm not filming you because it's...
I was going to say, I know it's very... filming my Outlook.
I know it's very confidential, big girl business stuff you've got going on there.
I'm reading the budget.
Reading
the actual budget document that's
what's that
probably
relevant
a billion pages.
What's that relevant to your work
170 pages.
Why are you reading that?
I'm writing a blog.
That doesn't sound like it's part of your job.
It's thought leadership.
Whatever. People ask what you do as a job. I just go,
Get paid in it.
Get paid in it. Do you want to delve into a bit more depth? Like, what's your job title?
Consultant.
What does consulting for what?
Solve people's problems. Solve companies' problems, business problems.
Solve my problems, come on. Hope you guys are enjoying this style of video. It's a little bit different than normal. Granted, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to title it. But it's time for Ruby to go to the vet.
Day in the life of Cayle.
Day in the life of Cayle. Yeah, but the problem is that day in the life of Cayle is the same thing literally every day. I live Groundhog Day. The only thing that's a bit different is we're going Nando's later. Oh yeah, I forgot to take the bin upstairs. But first, before we can take Ruby to the vet, she's going to want a wee.
Up and down.
Come say hello to the camera, Rubes. Ruby, up here. Up here. Dope. It's her monthly vet checkup because we take her for a month.
Weight check, claw clip.
Although
yes.
at this point her weight is stabilised. 4.5 kilos. Dope. I've had dumps bigger than that dog. This is...
So excited.
I don't know why. She hates going in the car. This is always a nightmare. My least favourite day of every month. When are we going to stop taking it every month?
I
Like,
have no idea, to be honest.
like the first year, yeah, but she's over 1 now.
Okay. Well, she's got her jabs in December.
Like,
her booster jabs.
Maybe we start doing every other month or every 3 months or something.
I mean, maybe we have to start taking her to the groomers to get her claws done.
We can trim her claws ourselves.
Oh no, she hates it though.
Yeah, but if it was us, maybe she'd let us. She'll let you do her ears.
She lets me do her ears now.
Ruby, you're not supposed to jump in. Ruby, no. Well done.
Go on.
No, don't let her do that. She'll scratch your paint. For a dog that hates being in the car, she was very eager to get in.
Ruby.
What's she doing? What's she burying her head in?
Smell her treats in my bag.
Well, don't let her eat them. She needs to earn them.
It's zipped up. Oh no, it's not.
Good behaviour if she wants treats in the car.
I've got a chicken foot and a deer skin stick.
This dog, how many? I wonder what more chickens have died for, my gains or you to be quiet in the car.
Well, that's exactly what they make dog treats. It's waste from the human food industry.
Alright, we're here. Christ. You know what I mean? That wasn't as bad as it has been in the past.
One of the better car journeys.
Yeah. You know, somebody says, how come my car changes colour? Somebody clocked. Because we got 2 of the same car. It just depends upon whether or not I'm using hers or mine. It depends on which car was on the back of the drive.
Table.
See, Ruby, not so bad, is it?
In the little hole.
Okay, let's go home. People ask why my lights are always on in here. Well, look how dark it is without them. It's the middle of the day, my blind is open, but without my lights, it's very dark. So, yeah. Anyway, we're home. Time to go about doing something. I don't know what. Alright, I've been home for a while now. Played a little bit of Call of Duty. I'm waiting for the Nuketown to come out, because I enjoyed the gunplay in Black Ops 6, but the maps are dog poo. Just doggy dog poo. More than Ruby leaves in the garden every day. Like, I don't get it. It shouldn't be this hard to make good COD maps. We are literally 20 years nearly into this. Come on. Like, what Call of Duty is Black Ops 6? You know? Like, COD 4 was the first, like, mainline multiplayer one. Like, I know that COD 2 had multiplayer, but, like, COD 4 was the one that put it on the map, really, and changed everything. And that was 18 years ago, something like that. Anyway, let's see if I can do all of the setup changes that I want to do. I've been putting it off all day because I'm stressed out about it. But I've got an hour until I need to do my protein stuff. Let's go. You know, here I was thinking everything in this Amazon package was for me. It's not. Treats for Ruby. Moisturiser for my partner. And my HDMI switch, which is tiny. But, yeah, that is really small. Let me get it open. I'm genuinely a little bit shocked at how small this is. This is 80 quid, by the way, for a 4K 120Hz HDMI splitter. Because the one I've got is only HDMI 2.1, so it can't do that. And I think that the PlayStation 5 just will not output through it. Like, everything else will output through it, but like right now if I switched over to the PlayStation 5, it won't show. So, we'll see. Let me go wire it in, and then I'll start messing around with trying to get the Elgato to work and work out how many extra HDMI cables I need to find. I should have an infinite supply somewhere. You know, for a 80 quid HDMI splitter, I expected a higher quality power cable. I expected it to be powered, not a USB 2, USB-C. I'm going to use one of my USB 3 braided ones because they're higher quality and I've got loads of them and they're way, way longer. That is not long enough to put it where I want to put it. Alright, might be dark down here, but this is my existing HDMI splitter. It's just not as good. And there's... what's going on with my camera? There we go. There's the Elgato, so I'm going to wire in the Elgato, or try to, and figure this out. I'm going to need to put the camera down. I'll come back once I've managed to figure something out. Okay, so the good news is we have an image on this TV. But not over there. Oh, hang on. No, there we go. Okay, good start, good start. Can we get an output from the PlayStation 5? Bear in mind, it's not yet going through the Elgato. This is still step one that we're trying to work out here. First off is working out whether this new HDMI splitter can get the PS5 through it. I don't know whether I'll need to turn the PS5 off and then on again, but we'll see. So I've just changed it to the PS5 output on the... Yeah, no, not a good sign. Right, I'll turn it off and again. Yeah, see, this is really dumb. Watch this. So if I go input number 3... That should have been enough to make it change, right? Sometimes it's a bit iffy as to whether or not it picks up what I've pressed. What are you doing? Alright. Input number 4. Is it actually changing? It is actually changing. It's just nothing's actually happening. Oh, I hate messing with cables. Things never work. The crazy thing is, even the PS2 through the RetroTink is outputting to both. So we've got PS2 working. If we press 4, that should be PS3. Give it a sec. Yeah, there's PS3. There's PS3. And then 3 should be Series X. This should be Series X. Let's go. That's Series X, cool. Show me you over there. Why? What do you mean no? Like, why is that one not outputting to both? Make it make sense, fella. And then, what's PS5? Number 2. And this one is probably just not outputting to either. Which means we're technically worse off than before, because before, at least the Series X went to both. I don't get it. Alright, see, now this is interesting. If I choose to manually boot the PS5 into safe mode, I can get an output to both screens. So that tells me it's something to do with the resolution that it's trying to output at. Surely. Or maybe something to do with HDCP? HDCP automatic. Change resolution. Sure. So it's going to restart and then have me pick one. Thing is, I should be capable of outputting in 4K because every link in this system is now 4K compatible, whereas before it wasn't, which is why I think it was struggling. But I haven't actually gotten any further than I was before. If I just say automatic, hang on. First, so yeah, before 2160 was grayed out. Let me just... What's this? We'll say automatic and hope for the best. Hopefully we now get it to boot and we don't just get, like, no signal again. If we get no signal again, then we're back to square one. Oh, brilliant. And nothing on the other screen either. And from what I can tell, it is turned on. Right, I think we're in. I'm still not done, but I went through the whole safe mode boot thing again. And this time I chose -2 in the transfer rate, and then it booted with HDR. And I don't even use HDR on the PS5 because I don't like it. Oh, that's weird. It's doing the SimpLink thing where my TV remote can control the... Yeah, I don't particularly like it when it does that. I need to turn that off. Can I even use the arrow thing? No. Okay. Now what? Because obviously I don't really want HDR on. Let's check out what we're doing. So yeah, we're at 4K 60 with HDR on and HDCP off. How do I turn off HDR? Because for now I want that off. We can have VRR on because my TV can do that. So yeah, what I had to change was this setting here. Adjust the transfer rate of 4K video output. If the screen's flickering, try -1 or -2 to limit transfer rate. Right, HDR. Hopefully this doesn't now lose me the signal. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. We have a signal on both sides. I think we're all okay now, right? I think so. Still in game mode. Hang on. Settings. Still in game mode. Yeah. Right. Cool. Now, final test. 1. PS2. PS2. 2. PS5. It took a second. PS5. Cool. And if I choose to, can still do HDR, which is nice. 3. Whereas for a while I've not been able to do HDR because the components wouldn't let me. Number 3 should be the Series X. Yep. Why is it not over there? We were nearly perfect. What's number 4 going to be? Number 4 should be PS3. 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 I mean, I suppose that raises questions now. Why is the Series X not outputting in both directions? Let's go see if that's in 4K or not, because I did have to lower that, I think. I mean, this says we're in 4K Ultra HD. Refresh rate. I'm going up to 120. My TV can do it. This one can anyway, not the smaller one. This is where I lose the signal. Oh, piss. So why has that happened then? I don't know how to get it back. All right, make this make sense. So right now, I've got the Xbox displaying on both at 1080p. If I send it to 4K though, I got it here on this TV, but that TV, the signal goes away. But that doesn't make any sense, because if I now, with the HDMI switcher, flick it over to PS5, we're in 4K for sure. If we go screen and video, video output, resolution, we're at 4K. And we've got 4K over there. It's the same bloody cables involved. It doesn't make any sense. What? Alright, so I had... Come on, come back. I went into video modes, and now I've lost it again. What if I click allow HDR? What's it going to do then? Because the TV can do HDR. No, still no signal on the other one, look. Video fidelity and overscan. See, before, when I was at 60 Hertz, keep that. See it now, 4K 60, 4K 60. And the way that I got that to work was I went in here and changed the color depth to 12-bit rather than 24-bit. I don't know if that's better. I'm going to Google that. I presume higher is better. So you guys have heard me talk about how I use super HDMI cables before, right? Like the pretty expensive 80 quid ones. I found a spare one and I've looped that into the scenario and I think I've fixed it. I think everything's working perfectly now. Right, watch this. So on OBS, we've got the output from the consoles, which means we can now screen record. We've got it over here for the Xbox. Over there, we're currently at 4K 60. I think we're at 4K 60 for the Xbox. We might not be able to go above that, but I only play COD on the Xbox, so it really doesn't matter. Right, here's hoping everything works now. We need an output on both TVs and through the Elgato. PS5, cool. 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 Still at 4K, awesome. This should be PS2. I'm so surprised that worked. That was the one I thought was going to have a real problem. Because you got to remember, right? There we go. Actually, that doesn't matter at all, because the PS2 controller's... No, it just took a second. Perfect. But it doesn't matter at all anyway, because technically I couldn't use it, because the PS2 controller's wired and wouldn't reach the other side of the room. Right. Now, what else? What's on number 4? Come on. This is a concern. If I don't remember what's on number 4, but if it's the PlayStation 3, that could be a problem. And then I know how to fix that too if I have to. But it will mean looping another device in. Let me just check my list. Is number 4 on the Switch? Yeah, number 4 is the PS3. I'm not surprised we're getting no image. Fucking HDCP protection. How is it that going through a splitter, a switch, and the Elgato is not enough to strip the HDC protection? Means that I've got to loop my old HDMI splitter back into it, because that did strip the HDCP protection. Okay, next step of troubleshooting. Back in a sec. Okay, 5 minutes later, now what I've done is I've wired my old HDMI splitter back in that I know for sure stripped HDCP protection. So now it's going through that. When I press number 4 on this, we should get an output again. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Lovely stuff. PS3. 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 I'm a fucking wizard, mate. Right. I'm trying to have a bit of a productive tidy up. I'm about to enter a new bulk at the gym. I really should have bought the microphone, shouldn't I? Back in a sec. Okay, right, what time is it? I've got half an hour till I need to post. Ruby, chill out, love. I can't let you out your bed right now because you'd eat my stuff. So what I'm doing is, this is my really old gym bag. It's bloody heavy. And I think it's got a lot of useless stuff in. This is my new gym bag. It's a drawstring bag. They're all my protein, by the way. Fine, I'll let you out, but you can't eat my stuff. Or get in my way at all. Okay. What am I doing? Ruby, see, this is what I mean. You need to get out of there. Move your head. Get out. So some leather my protein straps. I ain't using those. Like I've got stuff in here that's been there for so long I couldn't tell you what it was. Like a Lucozade, that is freezing cold, but when was the date on this? Hope you guys are enjoying this day in the life video, by the way. Ruby, you can't have this out of date Lucozade. Does Lucozade go out of date or is this apocalypse food? I have a lot of apocalypse food. I literally, I don't know. We'll see. What else we got? My gym pin extenders, these are made of steel. These are to add more weight to plate loaded machines. Honestly, I don't train in a gym that would require them anymore. This is my mini pin. I need that for pure gym so I can put baby plates on, so that's going to enter my new gym bag. Ruby, please get out of my way. Straps. No, wraps and wraps. I've got 2 pairs of wraps, so that'll be all right. Problem is that I don't need that many wraps, and I've got new ones on the way that I think are much improved. So for now, all of those can stay off as well. Ruby, this is why you were in your bed, mate, because you were only going to really be annoying. I need you to get out my face. Move. Ruby, get out my bag. Literally, get out of the bag, love. What else is in here? I have a singular gym cuff because I lost my other one and it got stolen. Josh, you're definitely not watching this, but Ruby, I suppose it can go in my gym bag. One would be helpful at some point, I'm sure, for some reason. The other one to that. What else is in here? A band, don't need a band, don't need D-handles. Okay. Straps, these are not my favourite straps, so they're going to go in my backup gym bag. What have I got in here? These are my favourite straps. Look how ancient this my protein branding is. I don't know if you can tell because I'm so far away, but they can go in my gym bag. Rubes, please. I'm going to force you in your bed in a minute if you don't stop. Although, this has not answered the question of where is my other one of these. I still need, basically I want one of them for my room, so I've got a second recording station upstairs without having to move stuff around quite as often. But I should have 3 of those according to Amazon, and I don't know where the other one is. Will a tripod fit in my gym bag? The problem is now is I'm making the gym bag really hard to get to things because I've got a dipping belt in there and everything. The dipping belt is arguably like half the problem, but do I need my dipping belt? I probably do. I really probably do. Let me have a think. So the conclusion I think I've come to is that the drawstring bag is not going to be big enough for the amount of things that I want and need to take with me. Straps, wraps, dipping belt, cuffs, tripod, micro loading plates so that I can always progress, and my gym pin to put them on. In fact, let's test that out because they're supposed to be the perfect size for an Olympic collar. And they just about are. So that goes in the pin loaded machine and can add me a kilo to anything. Right, okay. So all of this goes in here. Ruby, you're right getting on my nerves, love. Please go away. Go play with something that isn't my stuff. You've got your toys, these are mine. Okay. It would help if there was like compartments in this. What are you? You're a wrap, I don't need you. Why have I got so many excess wraps? So in here now, I've got my cuff, my straps, I've got my new wraps on the way, those are going in here. Gym pin, micro loading pins, tripod. If that tripod doesn't get broken under the weight of some of the stuff in here, I'd be shocked because that's a pretty heavy bag. Okay, so you should now be empty, my spare bag, which means that all the excess stuff, so my spare bag can have this stuff in. So my old straps, spare pair of wraps. Let's make sure I get the right pair, because at this point I think I've got about 7. Are you the same length? I think so, but technically there is a left and a right one, so I need to make sure I get that right. All right, that's left. Ruby, go away, man. Is this a right one? No, that's a left one as well. Okay. Which one are you then? See, you feel like a different kind of wrap. So you know you're a right one, but you feel like a different one. Well, hang on. Does that make you a left one or a right one? I feel like I've got an odd number here. You feel like a left one. No, you're a right one as well. But are you different? I don't know, I'm taking this one though. Ruby, get your nose out my bag. Okay. So that is my spare bag. And now I can use my old bag to hold all my crap. But that still does not have my spare thing in. Ruby, get the bumfuck out the way, love. So this is where all my crap can go. My hand's gonna stink of rubber now, because every time I've ever touched this in me life it has. Ruby, seriously, these metal things weigh more than you. Move. Move. It weighs more than you. Move. Don't even know what that is. Why have I got just one leather actual strap? I don't know, but I use figure 8s, so I don't know when I got those. Okay, I think we're done here. And if you guys shop with my protein, use code Cayle. That was a ton of faff. And we're still not done because there's an Amazon delivery coming in a bit. I've got something in the works, guys. I've been pretty busy since that last clip. It's been a few hours, but now it is time for us to go out. Like, as you can tell, it's now pitch black. I've been upgrading my setup. I'm gonna do something, because I'll explain. But I will explain when I get home. Because for now, it's Friday night and we're going to Nando's. Look at this. She was so annoying earlier on, and now she's like, yeah, just give me belly rubs. You annoying little mong. You stupid. You stupid. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're really dumb. Very dumb. Very silly dog. Right. Wee-wees, dinner time, and then it's our dinner time. Let's go. First, we need to pick up the weekly supply of Pepsi Max, which is like 8 bottles or so. What do you mean that Tesco sells Beyblades now? You're telling me that we live in an age where I can't buy a physical game in here, but I can buy a Beyblade again? Make that make sense. I don't understand the way the world's gone. But Jesus Christ, I loved Beyblades. Don't sing that. I'll get copyrighted. No, seriously, stop. I will get copyrighted. Stop it. You know, that is one healthy looking trolley, but at least we're in the fruit and veg aisle. Do you remember how outraged everybody was when they got rid of the dates on fruit and veg?
Oh yeah.
My mother was livid because she's one of them. It's so funny to me when you can look at a member of staff and know exactly which manager hired them because of their manager's hiring tendencies. When I worked at this Tesco, there was one manager who would always exclusively hire like pretty 18-year-olds. He always would. And it looks like things have not changed even slightly. It's so funny the way that like the hiring policies, well not even policies, just tendencies were of the different managers when we worked at Tesco. There'd be one specific department governed by one specific manager that would be exclusively young people of a specific look, and then like the other departments would just be middle-aged people. You can always tell when you've been in retail for a while who's done what. But yeah, let's finally get a Nando, shall we? Yeah. Why are you taking your shoes off?
My socks coming off inside my boot. Need to readjust.
Brilliant. I love underground car parks. It reminds me of the clown craze. It feels like an underground car park though. It might be a multi-story.
The ceilings are so low.
That's why it feels so like we're underground. It reminds me of like the clown craze. You know, when like clowns were going around scaring people in like 2016 or whatever that was. I wonder if that happened in America. Something tells me that they
It was very America, yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you do that in America, you're playing with fire there. Like here you're likely to get stabbed back, but there you might not make it to using the pointy bit. I can smell food, but I don't know what that is. Like that food that I can smell isn't any of the places that are down below us. Do you know what I mean? Wonder if that's copyrighted. Probably. It's alright, I've been stood here so long, my hair's gone grey. What is happening? I don't think they're moving. It just keeps repeating, doors opening, doors closing. The stairs would have been quicker.
I noticed it.
Yeah, we're gonna die. I've seen... It's still not open. Final Destination one too many times. Back we go. I feel like we end up doing this every time we're here. So we're in Nando's now, and now we wait for a while. The feast has arrived. Yeah, we both got 10 wings each. I got lemon and herb and peri tamer. You can judge me all you like, but she's all peri tamer and then potato or something or other. Right, let's eat. By the way, if you don't tidy up after yourself before you leave, if you're one of these people that's like, oh, it's the staff's job, that's what they're paid to do, you don't need to be leaving the house. You can stay at home, just so you know. You know, they didn't work on the way down, so I'm going to go ahead and say...
Well, it said 5 and now it's a 6.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're not going to work on the way up either, because we're on floor 0, and it's still not working. Anyone seen the film Devil? And don't say you haven't, because I've watched Devil with you. Now it's on level 6, 7. It's still just going up. I could have climbed out the outside Ezio style quicker than this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're flipping around.
Yeah, the fluff in my hair was maybe intentional. It's a stylistic choice, isn't it? Working a wave. Can you see me waving? Oh dear. Why do comedians never come to the Gatehouse? We always have to go to Birmingham.
Because big ones don't want to come here.
I feel like we're the county town.
8.
It's chatting shit. There isn't even 8 floors, I tell you now.
There's apparently 13 and 14
There
floors.
is not bloody 13 floors. This is some Silent Hill level waffle where they go into the other world and now there's an extra floor in the elevator. Yeah, nah, screw this. We can walk. Ow. Stitch. What?
The subscribers know that I won the Halloween quiz at work yesterday.
That you won what?
I won the Halloween quiz at work yesterday.
You won the Halloween quiz, and what was the question?
There was 30 questions, 3 rounds. The first round was all screenshots from the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror Halloween specials. And you had to say what they were parodying.
As long as it's like 2012 and before.
There was only one recent one, but I still managed to guess what it was.
So it's been a very long time since I've watched Simpsons.
But I got all of them except one, because I used to be obsessed
Are
with
we not on
those
this floor?
episodes. Yeah.
Oh, it's dark, isn't it? What are we... Oh, this is creepy. I think, there you go, they're on a motion sensor.
That's why we went the wrong way last time, because the light had gone off.
Well, this is where the car's gone.
And then what was the second round? It was just like, it was a word chain. So the last letter of the answer was the first letter of the following answer.
Thrilling. Right then, guys, I'm home and we got some deliveries. And you know what? Our Amazon, I've said this before, our Amazon is pretty awful. Like, it's pretty late at night now. Like, it's well past dinner time. And it was delivered, I don't know, like 8, 9 o'clock? I don't know. But they leave it on the front door underneath the light. And it's like, somebody could have so easily stolen this. So easily. I was saying to my partner in the car that we could definitely just be like, it wasn't there. Somebody stole it. I want my money back. They've got no proof that it wasn't because we weren't in the house. And I bet you we could probably get away with doing that like a few times a year. We could save hundreds of pounds if you're strategic with it. Especially with the amount of like electronics and things like that I order. Have you guys ever done that? Like just out of spite being like, know what? You've left it on the front door that many times. Somebody nicked it, whether or not they had. I don't know. Anyway, I'll show you what I got later because I forgot I actually had some games coming. But before we get with messing with my setup a little bit more and doing things and telling you guys what I've got a plan to do, we're going to watch an episode or two of Death Note because I'm trying to get my partner into more anime. And, you know, Death Note's great. So, yeah. She'll love it. For anyone wondering, by the way, same TV in the living room as is in my office because we love it so much. It was a good choice. Hey, Rubes. Ruby, you in your spot? My partner's upstairs getting changed. Also, I recognise that I just showed you the DVD for Death Note, but then I did remember that I paid for Crunchyroll the other day, in which case I should probably start watching Dragon Ball Daima. Daima? Who knows? But I'm sure it's on here somewhere. If I don't scroll past Death Note on here at some point, I will be actually baffled. There's no chance that it's not on here. Surely. It's like the entry level, like, real anime. It's like the next level up of entry level beyond Dragon Ball, Digimon, Pokemon, Naruto, etc. Speaking of Digimon. That's the 2021. Weirdly, Crunchyroll does not have the dubbed Dragon Ball Adventure season. Ruby, do not stand on my phone. I don't think it's on Crunchyroll, but we still have Crunchyroll. How does that make sense?
Well, why is it not on Crunchyroll?
Yeah. Like, Death Note isn't on Crunchyroll, but we have Crunchyroll. Well, it's a good thing we've got the Blu-rays. First time that PS5 has been used in a while. You know, considering I brought her that PS5, she's not used it in forever. That is the world's most expensive Blu-ray player, that's for damn sure. Okay, time to begin. Ruby, what are you doing? Don't lick the PlayStation 5 controller, you don't know where it's been. Oops. Dope. You big dope. You're looking right down the camera. What are you craning your head at? What are you big flopped over ear? You got a fixer ear.
Rubies.
Rubes. What did you think of the first 2 episodes of Death Note?
Oh, that's quite good. It's interesting. I want to see what happens next.
Yes. It goes quick, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I said if this was like a normal TV show like Walking Dead, the first 2 episodes of Death Note would have taken an entire season to have happen. That could be a good thumbnail. Hello.
Hello, baby.
Hello. Alright, let's go mess with my room. Guys, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I got distracted with doing things. So basically, I'm trying to set up so that I can film from any station around my room, whether I'm facing at my desk or my sofa, and I've pretty much got there. The big problem that I have is the microphone situation. So for example, I got my fancy microphone and boom arm here, but don't necessarily have the same setup over here. I've got this old boom arm of mine, which is less preferable. I would love another Elgato low profile one, but it'd be another 90 quid, and I'm like, how often will I really use this over here? So, yeah, I don't know. I also found out an old microphone, the Blue Snowball, which again probably isn't good enough really, but I also figured out how to use the DJI microphones on OBS too, and that sounds okay. That's not too bad. And then after that was troubleshooting the face cam situation, because again I've got my mirrorless camera that points at my sofa, but over here not so much, and I don't want to have to move things is the whole point. I want both stations set up permanently. So I got my Elgato face cam back out. Problem is it wants USB 3 power, and I can't for the life of me find a USB 3 cable that's USB-C, nor do I have any ports left on my PC. So problem after problem after problem. So it's been hours and hours. Anyway, let's get the games open and show you what I got, and then that'll be it for today, because I feel like I'm dragging this on a bit now. Oh, and in that one, I've also got another ring light, because that way I've got light from any corner of the room too. Okay then, so what games did I have delivered today? We've got two of my favourite games ever. First of all, we got Borderlands Game of the Year Edition for the PS4 and Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition for the PlayStation 5. Interesting, it's German. Did not know that it was going to be German. That's fine, don't actually care, because this one's American. I don't know if this got a release in England. I'm sure it did, because they sell it at CEX, but it always comes with no DLC, whereas this one will have its DLC, which is the point. Whereas the PS4 version of Borderlands Game of the Year Edition never got a physical release in the UK. And both of these were on Amazon, and it was like 30 quid for the pair, and I was pretty happy to have them on my shelf, because now I'll own them all physically again. If I took a shot for every time that I own Borderlands, I'd be dead. And the final thing for this video, I mentioned how I'm going to try and mess about with something, do a bit of an experiment. I've grown gaming accounts on TikTok to hundreds of thousands of followers with my specific angle of filming my TV. But the problem with that is I struggle with the consistency there, because I have to keep switching between accounts to do that and make sure I'm uploading, whereas realistically the majority of what I do is on Cayle Vlogs and Talks, you know, and I need to be on those accounts primarily through the day. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and Cayle grows with talking about my community building stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use TikTok's scheduler through desktop on my Cayle Waffles account and do an experiment. I'm going to screen cap things, because I've made several videos where I talk about how I'm able to grow my gaming accounts through filming my TV because it's the angle of mine that people know and people like. Let's see if I can do the same thing though, but growing another account with screen captured footage. So this is what it'll look like, hang on. So this will be the setup, you know, the traditional blurred bottom, game in the middle, face at the top sort of thing, because I can absolutely pump those out and schedule 30 at a time, and it's like, I bet I could do some crazy stuff, and it'd be interesting to see if I can grow an account doing that. And I could repurpose them for shorts, for YouTube Shorts, on a different account, and see if I can grow another YouTube channel with YouTube Shorts. And it would just be a fun hobby. I don't intend to monetize that, because it would be pointless trying to monetize that many gaming videos when you can only upload 60 on an account in a given month. But it'd give me something to do that isn't trying to make money in some way, shape or form. Or at least not yet. Like, it could grow to the point where it gets me brand deals. But I just want to try it for the giggles of it, because that's what I'm all about with social media, is trying things and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And I've got an account where I can use Cayle Waffles. So yeah, and I'll use my Cayle Plays YouTube for the shorts. It'll be interesting. Anyway, let me know if you guys like this kind of day in the life video where I just sort of bring you along with the stuff that I've done through the day. Today was a particularly busy day because it was a Friday. We went to the vets. We went to food. Normally there wouldn't be half this much stuff. Maybe the cinema trip, if that, or a CEX trip, I don't know. Or a gym trip. There was no gym trip today. So yeah, see you in a bit.